Hello YouTube, it's been a while. Welcome to Organ Awareness 101. It's been a couple of months now since our last video. I've been pretty busy with college, so I didn't have time to do it. College is over now, so I'm going to try to get these videos back up and running. I don't know if I'm reaching many people doing them, but if I get one person to become an organ donor, and in turn that'll save a couple of lives, so if I just get that, I'm happy enough. Okay, we're going to jump right to today's video. Today's video is how just a few tips on how to have a successful transplant and also how to have successful dialysis. We'll start off with dialysis because that usually comes first, but I was on dialysis for 6 months. Hemodialysis, which is a home dialysis. It's a tube in your side that you get hooked to a machine every single, most 5 nights, 6 nights a week. You get 1 night off, I used to anyway, but that'll depend on your health and how far your kidneys have gone. Like, usually it happens if you're level 5 chronic kidney disease failure. That's when you usually go on dialysis. For advice for when it comes to dialysis, the main thing is you're going to have to change technically your whole life, because you need to be extremely clean. Being clean is the most important thing. Change your room, because your room is going to become your new home technically. You're going to live there because you're going to come to your machine maybe, at 8 o'clock at night. If the levels are wrong, you might have to get hooked up to the machine at 5 o'clock. So your room is going to have to be spotless. So little tips I would give is get rid of, if you have carpet, get rid of the carpet. Carpet contains so much dirt and so much dust. No, when I had my dialysis, we got a wood flooring, easy to clean. We also got a sink into your room. This helps because when you're going on dialysis, you need to wash your hands every 5 minutes. Advice for being hooked up to the machine, again, it's all just about being clean. For getting hooked up to the machine, make sure you wash your hands. You can never wash your hands enough. Like, when you go to the machine, you attach the first tubes into the bottom bit for the water supply and all that. Go wash your hands again, give it a 5-minute wash, good hard 5 minutes, lukewarm water. Have a little timer there so you know what 5 minutes have passed. Then you come back, you open up the little part that connects to your tube and the machine. A bit of advice as well for that bit, don't pick it up. When you open up the little sachet, keep it in it, move it over to the tube and just connect it that way, so you're not technically taking it out of the packet, so you're not exposing it to air, the air or anything like that. It's nice and sealed. Also your washing habits are going to have to change. I recommend every 3 days have your shower. For that reason, because every 3 days is the recommended amount that you wash the area. Because think about it, you have a tube coming out of your side. It's an open wound, so it's obviously going to get a bit pussy and a bit infected. So when you wash, just a small bit of water over the bandage, not much. Then you go into your room wherever you are, lie down, change the bandage. If there's any goo or anything around the area, which there will be, don't worry, that's not an infection, it just happens. You get all clean wipes, wipe it off. It feels weird, but it has to be done. Then move on to the next bit. This is the bit I talked about in my very first video, which was extremely painful. If you have a bandage on, usually it leaves, if you have a plaster on, I don't know if you can see that, but there, for instance, if you had a plaster on, you rip it off, it leaves a bit of, the stuff on it on your skin. You need to get these little wipes that wipe that off your skin. That can hold a lot of bacteria, so you need to get that off pretty, it's important to get it all off. There's some wipes that are pretty good. It's been, 14 and a half years, 15 years since I was on dialysis, so I forget what the names of them. But one of them, it hurts a lot. There's another one, another alcoholic rub that doesn't hurt as much. I recommend that one. It's in a blue packet. Then again, packet's probably changed. It's been so long. Yeah, that's also talk to people. Confide in your friends. Tell a select few about it, because you don't want everyone to know. If you're feeling down or whatever, talk to your family. Try to make your room as comfortable as you can. In other words, have a TV in there, have something, PlayStation in there, or some sort of thing that'll keep your mind occupied, because you're going to be hooked up to that machine for a good few hours, and it's not fun, but it has to be done. If you feel anything wrong, if your levels are wrong, always ring the hospital. Make sure you check in with the hospital all the time. The hospital is going to be your number one friend. Make friends, whoever is, you always have someone overlooking the dialysis machine in hospital. Make friends with them. I remember I had a woman called Paula. didn't get on at first. Yeah, but we got on then at the end, and she helped me a lot. Told me a few stories at the start, like about kids getting their tubes ripped out by doing stupid shit. Yeah, that I'm so sorry for my language. That sort of scared me. I was only 11. Um, but yeah, that's really the only advice I could give on dialysis is to be super, super clean. Always wash your hands. If the bandage is a bit off, loose off or anything, change it straight away. Put a new bandage on. Keep the bandage perfect. Always clean. Uh, if it looks a bit more pussy than normal, go to hospital because that could be the start of an infection. Like as I said, I had mine for 6 months and I didn't have one infection. But that's also because everything was super tight, everything was super clean. I was in and out of hospital regularly for visits, keeping everything up to date and keeping everything perfect. It was great to get off that machine. Okay, moving on now to the big one, the transplant. It's a bit hard for me to give advice on how to maintain a stable kidney transplant. I have mine 14 and a half years. That's an extremely long time. I'm extremely lucky, I know that. But I guess if I have it for 14 and a half years, I'm doing something right. I have to be anyway. Let's see. I'm just overthinking things over the years. I say the most important thing and advice I can give you when it comes to your transplant, like now this doesn't be a kidney transplant, this can be any type of transplant, is your medication. Keep your medication at a 12-hour part. So if you take it at 9 o'clock at night, take it at 9 o'clock in the morning. Always keep that even. Like sometimes you might forget it, like I've done it now a few times where I might forget. If so, take your pills as soon as you remember, and maybe an hour later that night so you're still balancing out the 12 hours. If you get me, you're keeping the hours, you're trying to keep your hours in check. So I would recommend that's the most important thing, because in my 14 and a half years, I've never missed, I may have taken it late once or twice, but I've never missed a dose. Because it's, also like, it's hard enough when you first get your transplant, trying to remember to take these pills every 12 hours. But when you get to my stage, like, I remember at the start I could not take pills. I had to spend time in hospital because I just could not swallow pills back. There's a lot of people out there now at the moment who are like that, a few of my mates are, but I just got over it. And now the 12-hour thing with the pills and just taking the pills, it's just so second nature. Like you literally just get your pills, oh, it's 9 o'clock, that's the time I take my pills, 9 o'clock, gone. Or like you'd even take when you're asleep, like your alarm goes off, like for me anyway, my alarm goes off, in my sleep I take the pills and I take them. You just get used to it. Another bit of advice, and this is for kidney transplant mostly because that's what I had. Drink plenty of water. Unfortunately, to start when I got my transplant, I didn't really listen. I was only 12 going on 13, you're a rebellious teenager. Some things I'd like to go back and tell myself not to do, change around. But yeah, like I mostly now stick on water. Water or my waddy. I might have an odd fizzy drink, maybe once a day, once every few days. But otherwise, it's water in my waddy. It's good for the kidney, it flushes it out. When it comes to being close to the hospital, maybe that week or whatever, increase your water supply. Flush out the kidney even more because it'll give the doctors in the hospital a better reading of how the kidney is actually doing. So like say I'm in hospital Tuesday, the following Tuesday I'd start doubling my water intake. Doubling, like if I had 1 bottle of water, 1 litre bottle of water, 2 litre bottles of water, I'd increase that by an extra bottle just to flush everything out, make sure everything is perfect. Another thing, you're going to probably be on steroids. I'm on steroids. They make you gain weight, as you can see. The best thing I can do for that, like you gain weight extremely fast and it's really hard to lose it. Workout, like I do a workout every day. I won't miss my day of workout because without the workout that I do, my weight would increase extremely fast. And the workout I'm doing is having it at bay. So try to stay active, go for a half an hour run, do something, get outside, a bit of fresh air and enjoy life. With the kidney or whatever organ you got, it gives you a second chance on life. So go out and enjoy it. What else? Moderation really as well is another thing. Don't go mental on beer or drink. Don't do that. That's just stupid. If you're going out for a few beers, just have a quiet few, maybe once every month or once every 2 months. Don't do it every weekend. That's extremely bad. Stay away from like the likes of shots, straight alcohol. Don't touch them. That's just poison to your organ. You know, have an odd pint. You know, stay away from drugs, all that sort of stuff. Don't touch them. You know, that stuff would not be good for your organ, I wouldn't think. Also, you know your body. If there's anything out of whack, anything that you feel that's wrong, like, you know yourself, you get a bug. You know that this bug, it's just a normal bug, I had it before, it's going to pass. You know something's a bit wrong, a bit extra, you don't feel as good. Then it's time to get on the phone and ring the hospital straight away. You have to be vigilant when it comes to your organ. If you feel anything is wrong, you go straight in the hospital. Like, for example, for me there, about a few months ago, I had headaches. You know, I get headaches now and again. I started vomiting. I don't vomit. I have not vomited in years, so I knew something was wrong. Went to my doctor, I got rushed into A&E, a few days in A&E. Loads of tests, you know, but the main thing is I got into A&E and they done all the tests to make sure everything was okay. Your hospital will take good care of you, so do not be afraid. It's like the whole dialysis thing as well. Your hospital is going to become your best friend. If anything is wrong, you go to them. You know your body. You know if you're getting a pain in the transplant area. If you're getting that all the time, you know it's just a normal pain. Maybe nerves or whatever, because I get an odd stinging or stabbing pain in the kidney now and again, but it's just nerves. So a bit of pain is not bad if you know what it is and you're used to it. It's just, you know, as I said, you know yourself. You know that this is going to be, it's your body. I when I do these videos, I should like write up a list, but I find that if I do it on the spur of the moment, I'll go up and do them even more. So, yeah, big tip and big bit of advice here is enjoy your life. Remember, you got a second chance at life because someone, you know the circumstances. Don't waste it. Do stuff that you want to do. If you want to go to college, go to college. If you want to join a band, join a band. It's a miracle what you're doing. You know, you're living proof that second chances exist. And if you have your third organ or fourth transplant, you know, you know, just be happy. Enjoy it. Stop for a moment and just stop rushing, stop everything, just take it all in. How lucky you are. And maybe for the first few years, it might not click in, that might not. But when you get to like my 14.5 years, it really hits home. You constantly think about that, how lucky you are. So, yeah, number one bit of advice, enjoy your life. You got an amazing second chance. If anyone is out there, I don't know if anyone even watches these, but you know, I said I'll do them just to at least give a bit of awareness about this whole topic. You know yourself, I've stated in other videos why I'm doing this. If you are on dialysis, if you are going through a transplant, if you're on the waiting list, if you see this video and you know a friend is going through this, send it on to them. If they want any advice or if they just want to chat, I'll message them back. Like, I don't mind. Like, the number one, another big piece of advice is, don't be shy. If you want to talk about what's going on, talk about it with someone who knows. Like, when I was growing up now, I didn't have anyone to talk about I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what a dialysis was. I didn't know how the transplant would go. I didn't know none of it. But, you know, if you want some advice on the matters, ring your hospital. Talk to someone who already had a transplant. Don't be afraid to ask these questions. You know, you're in the best hands. So if you know anyone that's going through any situation that I went through or going through, even if it's a different type of transplant, you know, like, I still understand the fear that goes through the body. I know all that. So send me a message. I'll be glad to help. Okay, now to the channel. I'm going to try to do the videos again. Hopefully I won't stop them this time like last time. But as I said, last time I had college and I'm finished college now, so I have a bit of extra time. I'll try to do a video on Fridays. I have a video recorded since last year that has not got up yet with a few extra people in it. I will get editing that and I will stick it up. Hopefully next Friday. I'm also going to do a video about the A&E, my A&E experience. Just talking about how the A&E was and like how amazing the nurses are in there. Like, what the job they do is absolutely amazing. They should really get paid more. So yeah, share this video, subscribe if you're on YouTube, give it an odd like if it's on Facebook, give it an odd share if it's on Facebook. Most people put it on Facebook. If there's any questions or anything like that, don't be afraid to ask. Any advice, just ask me. Or if you have any suggestions on videos that I could do in the future, or if you even want to come on and have a chat with me about, an experience you had, maybe you knew someone that had a transplant, or even if you're a mate of mine and you saw me being sick as a kid and you want to come on and just chat about it and just, how was it from your point of view? I welcome anyone to come on for a chat. It's just me sitting in my hallway, DSLR in front of me. I had it in my room last time, but the frame was too big. I wanted to get the photos in the background, so I thought a nice simple frame with just a white background. Well, I hope it's white. The lights are all orange. But yeah, subscribe, like, all that jazz. Thank you for watching. If there's anything I didn't touch up on because I didn't write a list, just send me an odd message and I'll get onto it straight away. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you all have a good day.